Hello again everyone, welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius video. My name is Mars and today we're going to be going over the news that came today for the upcoming content patch. But before we get to that, I want to introduce you to my little babies. Where are they? Here's one of them. This is Emmerich. Say hi. He's saying hi. And then there's Lily. She's kind of a stinker because she likes to bite. And then my other one is way down there over there somewhere. Anyways, I just let them out to play, so if they're making noise in the background, I apologize. They're just out playing around having fun. So figured I'd kill two birds with one stone, make a video, let the ferrets out. You get the idea. So let's jump right into the news. The first thing that I want to look at is the upcoming raid event, which this looks like another fan-created raid, the Brachiosaur Lancer. First thing you want to note about this one is the equipment that you can craft from the raid summons. The first is the Elven Staff, which is decent. It's similar to the Clown Staff or the Staff of Osiris, which are decent on healers or magic tanks. Honestly, it's a solid, well-rounded piece of freebie gear, so pick that up while you're at it. The Yin Yang Charm is excellent for Light Veritas if you don't have Hope's TMR yet. Definitely pick that up if you're using Light Veritas or multiple Light Veritas, or you're just like me and you want to collect everything. Vestment of Prayers is kind of so pick that up if you want. If you're someone like me who just collects everything, just grab it. No harm in it, but you probably won't use it for much if you've been playing for a long time. If you're newer to the game, it can help you fill out your inventory. Another interesting thing to note is that we have the old fan-made units on this banner again. So Sandy, Kupal, Khan, Ashtaroth, Grinfield, and Nyalu. So if you didn't get those from the last time we had a fan-made summon, then you can get those. Ukiyo is a new one that we have. She has a pretty okay TMR. Just like the rest of them, they're okay freebie TMRs. Some of them have more use than others. No reason to not pick them up. They just come in the raid summons. And then Kelsis. What is he doing on here? I don't understand it, but apparently you can probably pull him or something, or you get Kelsis shards to summon him. So if you don't have a Kelsis of your own, oh, it actually looks like it. If you see under the D in raid summon, you can see there's a Kelsis shard picture. So it looks like you'll be able to summon Kelsis shards to summon Kelsis if you don't have your fix of him already. I mean, I have 3 Kelsis already. I don't know what I'm going to do with more, other than just hold on to them in case I ever actually need them for jump chaining, which is probably never. But hey, one can dream. The other thing we got is 2 new trials. These are kind of the easier trials. So they're the old trials that are currently super easy, but they revamped them to make them harder and give better rewards. So this one is Brachiosaur. Killer Bow is honestly very cool. I see a lot of potential for this weapon because it is 118 attack, which is decent. It's Dark Element, and it has damage variance, and it has Bird, Plant, Insect, and Beast Killer. So this is a rare combination of decent attack, an element, variance, and physical killers. So it's a good combination of a lot of things that might actually make it a very good piece of equipment for someone. So if you don't have Aang's bow, because he was a limited rare unit or something like that, you could actually consider this for someone like Eileen. You might even be, I think Veritas of the Flame can equip this. He can equip tons of things. I don't know. Anybody who can use a bow, this may actually be good for them. So I'll be looking more into that, definitely, to see if I can find ways to abuse it. The gimmick with this one is that you're going to need a party of 5 or less. Fortunately, most of these are pretty easy trials, so that won't be too difficult, and I'll be putting a video out of how I clear it. Maybe a budget guide. I don't like to promise those because sometimes I like to wail out a little bit, but people like budget guides too. Alrighty, Demon Chimera. Big thing about this is he can be defense and spirit broken, so and he can be put to sleep. So I don't see any reason for this to be difficult. Granted, I don't know what the JP version's like. I don't know anything about the fight, so we'll find out. But it gives Force Armor Plus, which is an upgraded version of Force Armor, which is a good option if you don't have Ozetta or Night Deletus TMR. And then the gimmick on this one is a party of 4 or less. So, kind of a pain, but you can totally do it. It's just like the White Dragon all over again. So, again, I'll have a video on that one, and it should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, We'll save the cloud news for last. Next we have 3-star espers, Shiva and Ramuh. Shiva is one of my personal favorites, especially because I play a lot of FF14 and her music is incredible. I love her. So having her 3-star farm is cool, but from what I've heard, Ramuh is actually the one that you want to level because he gets magical killers. But when I do a video of a budget clear, because this one I do want to do a budget clear on, I'll be sure to include stuff that you want to pick up when you level them. One other note to add is that they're tweaking the super sites, and based on the information that we have, it looks like the way that they're changing it is originally when you did the super site expedition, you would get a minimum of 3 of the fire super sites and 3 of the water super sites. Now they're nerfing that one so that it only gives 2 of the fire super sites and 2 of the water super sites minimum. However, they're adding a second expedition that you can complete at the same time that will grant you expeditions for Ramuh and Shiva. So it is an overall buff, but if you only cared about Ifrit, this would be kind of a bummer because they're nerfing the one that you care about, but it's adding 2 more sources. So overall, it's an XP gain. Not a huge deal, but something to be aware of. So now we can get 16 super sites per day if you're restarting those explorations every 12 hours. Alrighty, and the story continues. This is great. Loving the story. Also, more story means more lapis, so everybody loves that. I'm really excited because I just love where the story is going, and Season 2 is a lot of fun. Alright, we'll talk real quick about the Cloud event rerun. This is the Destroy the Reactor. This is an event that we got a while back, and it gave a few pretty good things. I mean, Nailbat, I said that with expedition units. Shinra Beta is a decent, like a budget defensive item. So, you know, they're cheap, pick them up, it's not bad. The nice thing is that the bonus units are the same from last time, so if you're like me and you didn't have a Cloud when the event ran, but now you do, now I have a lot more bonus than I did when I first did the event. The only drawback is that it does not reset the Moogle shop, from what I understand. So if you bought something last time, it will not be available again this time. The good thing about that, though, is that if you're like me and you're like, oh, I don't need power crysts, and then me, several months later, weeping because I've used all of my power crysts on everything under the sun because I have no impulse control, this is actually a relief. It's nice because it's another source for me to get more of those crysts and more of those things that I didn't get last time because I didn't think I needed them. Well, the nice thing about that is that it also comes with the banner that Cloud was featured on with his posse, Elfrida, William, and Conrad. And we've all seen these units. I won't go into too much detail. We know that Cloud and Elfrida have a special impact on the meta of the game because Martial Glove and Buster Style, their TMRs, enable units to use Double Hand extremely effectively. So the units themselves, I mean, Cloud is okay as a finisher. Most people don't generally favor finishers. His LB is a little bit clunky. He makes an okay solo damage dealer. I should probably use mine more because he's honestly not a bad unit. Elfrida is a strange unit. I don't know too much how to make use of her. She's someone I want to learn more about. William's a good unit, and his TMR is a good consolation prize because it's 40% magic, 20% defense with a rod. So that's great. And then Conrad, his TMR is also a good consolation prize, as is the fact that he can chain with Edgar and Cupid Luna. So all in all, it's a solid banner to pull on if you didn't have the opportunity to before. It's also a good chance to try again if you didn't get the units you wanted last time, which is where the last bit of news comes into play. We're having a step-up banner for this. Now, I don't recall if JP got this step-up banner. It's kind of unexpected for us because it's coming on the heels of the Sephiroth step-up banner. And this is a great value, but you have to kind of consider for yourself what's the right move for you. So if you're like me and you have 2 Elfridas and a Cloud, because you're lucky. Honest to goodness, I'm just lucky. If you're lucky or you wailed out and you got everything you need for double hand like that, don't pull on this banner. You don't need it. If you want to be a super whale and get 2 sets of true double hand, I mean, don't let me tell you how to live your life. If you do not have all of the true double hand gear, consider carefully the value that you get out of it. Because we know that CG Nickel is going to be coming in probably a few short weeks at this point, because he was the next one to come after Lid. And he's a meta-defining buffer and support unit, so he's fantastic. I think anybody who should try to pull for CG Nickel, just because he does have that much of an impact on your support flexibility. There are also units like CG Hyo who are meta-defining damage dealers. So it depends on who you are planning to go for in the future. Or even CG Reagan is a great dual-wield chainer. Very cool unit, a lot of versatility. It depends on the units that you care about in the future and whether or not you actually need true double hand for it, because in all honesty, you don't need it for this game. You don't need true double hand to be successful in Brave Exvius. If you want to be a part of the meta and you want, and you know, you're like me and you're just hype for CG Hyo to come down the line, and you know you want him, you know you want to use him with double hand, maybe pulling on this step up banner is a good idea for you. Or maybe CG Nickel is going to have a bigger impact on your party. Save for him instead of spending on this. So if you're not sure on what the right choice for you is, go ahead and hit me up in the comments. I'm more than happy to discuss it and help you make a decision for yourself about which banner is right to pull on for you. And so with that, we've covered the news that's coming this week. I'm super excited because now I'm going to have a lot of content to work with, which is what I have just been begging for. It's what I want more than anything else, is stuff to play. So I'm really excited. I look forward to making some more videos for you guys for the upcoming Brachiosaur, Demon Chimera, Shiva, and Ramuh fights. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.